All right, there we go. It took a couple of seconds, but we are live. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, my fellow comic book collectors. My name is Chris, and this is my channel, We Love Comics. And this is a video I haven't done in a while, but it ended up, and I actually forgot about this, about two and a half months ago, I did some pre-orders for one or two books, and I got the message last night that they're in. Totally forgot about it. I'm not going to end up screwing over my comic book store, so I went there today to get the books, and I figured while I'm there, I might as well see if there's anything that's there worth getting, so I can do a video that consists more of one or two comics. So the first thing I want to do while I'm waiting for people to come in, because I'm sure most people weren't expecting this video, I'm currently still trying to sell some of my comic books. I have the mystery boxes that I do. I have gold and palladium bars that I'm selling. If anybody's interested or can at least share the link, I just posted it there, and it will be on every live video, and it will be pinned to my comments section on the top. There's also an email address, my business email address, if you want to contact me there, especially if you're international. But I'm still at the halfway point, and we got about 35 days to go, so I'm kind of in panic mode at this point. So if anybody could share the link, or if you're interested in any of them, let me know. I did lower the price of some of the comics to make them even more desirable, so please check it out if you can. And also, I'm doing my contest where I am giving away a mystery box if you're domestic and a free comic if you're international, because to be honest, sending 20 books to somebody overseas is going to cost me way too much, and I can't spend that kind of money. But I will send at least one nice comic for free if you are the one that picks, if you're the winner that gets picked. So that's going until August 28th. So I did a video about a week ago. Only a few people entered, so it looks like there's going to be a good chance of somebody winning. I was originally going to give 3 of them out, but with the few amount of people, I'll give 1 out, and if that changes, you know, I'll go from there, but at least one person will win. So just go enter and check out that video. So I see enough people are here. I'd like to welcome everybody. I have some books that people may want to think about. I always show books that I think most people may not even know about or even talk about on other channels. And let's just get into it. All right, so, and don't forget to wait until the end, because I always do today's surprise subscriber shout out. If you want to be one, all you have to do is comment in the live chat to catch my attention. So the first one, I don't know if this came out this week. It's been about a month or so since I went to my local comic shop. But I asked them to put this on my pull list. This is Naomi number 6. I just got 1 issue. Like I predicted a while ago, these comics are not as hot as they started out to be, and they have gone down in value, but you know what? I want to see what it's all about, so I figured I'd check it out, because I had 1 or 2 people that were nice enough to send me issue number 4. I did pick up number 5 as well, so if it came out this week, let me know, but like I said, it's been about a month since I went to my comic store, and they were holding a couple of things, and I didn't want to screw them over. So here's another one that I asked for a while ago to put on my pull list. I actually don't remember why, but this is a very thick issue, and I think there is some kind of special thing that's going on about this. I'm not sure. I'm sure my subscribers are a lot smarter than I am when it comes to the newer books, because I really don't pay attention as much anymore. But in typical fashion, you could see Marvel is turning every male character female, so it looks like we have a female Electro, or I guess maybe it's Elektra, and they'll just kill off Elektra again. But I think there's a significance in this book. I'm not sure, but, you know, I'm not really thrilled about Marvel's direction these days, but to each their own. This book I know nothing about, but I picked it up because when I got there, and I got there at 12:05, so the comic book store opens at 12 o'clock. And everybody was grabbing this book. As a matter of fact, there was one person that specifically came in, walked over, took the book, and bought it and left. There was only 1 left, so I figured, you know, before I find out, I'm just going to pick one up and see what it's all about. So there's obviously something that I'm not aware of, because like I said, I haven't really been focusing too much on the comics these days, because I'm trying to move and we're still helping Luna. Which, by the way, we got a report from the doctor, those who care about our cat Luna. Her kidney and liver are back to normal. So she had kidney disease, liver disease, heart problems, diabetes, an infection, and with all the natural foods that were given her and all the things like CBD oil and everything, it's actually brought her liver and kidneys back to normal. So there's still other stuff that we have to deal with. And Steve says there's a new girl turtle. What a surprise. All right, so this might be a book that's a sleeper. Pick it up if you can. Like I said, this was the last one, and I got there at 12:05. And I saw everybody buying it. So when I saw that, that means somebody knows something that I wasn't aware of. So I picked it up. You might want to do the same. All right, now a couple of number ones. This is by AP Comics. I'm not too familiar with this, but this is Leave on the Light, number 1. I just thought this was a cool looking cover. Kind of looks like almost like a Friday the 13th kind of theme to it. So I thought this would be something that might be worth taking the chance on, especially if you get a cover price. This was the only one on the shelf at 12:05, which either means everybody wanted it or there is a low print run for this. So you never know. It might be a sleeper. All right, another cool book. I picked up the variant of this. There was a blank variant in the regular cover, but this is from Valiant. This is Killers number 1. I would assume it has to do with some kind of murderer, but, you know, I've learned never to assume these days. So, again, this is a book that's going to have a lower print run. Who knows where it goes? Maybe worth taking the chance on. And especially with a book with a lot of black on the cover, these tend to show every little nook and cranny along the spine. So if you can get this in a good grade, it might be something later on, if it has value to it. You know, higher grades are going to be worth a lot more. This is another one I got the variant of. I like the cover. This is from Aftershock. They always have amazing covers as far as the quality of the paper. I mean, DC and especially Marvel can learn from quality over quantity. But this is Knights Temporal, issue number 1. It's a thicker book, feels very heavy, by Aftershock. Definitely a cool looking cover. I'm assuming it has to do with the Knights Templar. But again, I could be mistaken. You never know. Again, another book that might be worth picking up. All right, so like I said, in typical Marvel form, they're turning all the heroes and villains and everything into females. This is the origin of Lady Hellbender. Because, you know, guys can't do anything anymore, apparently, according to Marvel. So I got the regular and the variant. The reason I picked this up is because I did have this on my pull list. So I'm not going to screw them over with that. I asked for it a while ago. But this is annual number 1. Where it goes, who knows? It could be another one of those flavor of the months. But, you know, like I said, Marvel's turning everything female these days. And speaking of which, the number 1 book that I'm sure everybody's going to get today, I didn't get the regular cover. I got 2 of the variants. Again, another male character turned female. So I guess, you know, there's no such thing as men anymore. But like I said, I pre-ordered this like 2 months ago. So I'm going to honor what I got. So I got 2 of these. I switched the regular cover for this cover because I thought this one just looked cooler with Wolverine. I'm surprised they're keeping him a man. That really shocks me these days. So Marvel, I don't know what happened there. You must have slipped up. But, yeah, so you can see I'm not overly excited about some of these books. Some of these, like I said, I pre-ordered months ago. Oh, and then another interesting thing. I don't know what this is going to do to it, but they gave me this. It's Power of the X Seeds. I thought that was the weirdest thing as a freebie that you can get. So I wonder what would happen with these if they would become, you know, anything of value going into the comic. But, yeah, that was something they threw in. So if you get the chance, see if they have the seeds and then go from there. So those are the books, not anything that is... I mean, these are going to have such a high print run, I'm not sure, unless you get one of the rarer ones. I mean, I also have... I ordered like 2.5 months ago the 1 in 100 variant, so that should be coming in the mail soon. That's probably one of the bigger purchases I've made in a while, other than that X-Men book. And I have 1 or 2 other books that I want to turn around and just flip. I'm going to get them pressed and actually graded. So I have a couple of books on the way, nothing major, no $1,000 books or anything like that, because I can't afford to spend them. But I also want to remind people, if you're just coming in, I'm selling some golden Palladium bars. They're 1-ounce bars. I'm selling them below spot, which means they're cheaper than you can get them in any precious metal store. I'm selling my comic book mystery boxes, and I'm selling my comics. This is the website. Just scroll down to the bottom for the comics. Right at the top will be the gold and palladium. If you buy 2 of the either gold or palladium bars, if you buy 2 of them in one order, I'm throwing in a silver coin for free. If you get 2 comics or more, or 2 mystery boxes, I will add a free comic. So I want to make sure not only you're getting decent prices for these, but I'm also throwing in some free stuff as a thank you. Because like I said, I have about 30 days to come up with about half of the money to get there, and that's not even including moving fees and all that other wonderful stuff. So the pressure's been on a little bit, so forgive me if I don't sound too excited. There's just a lot going on. There's just a lot of pressure on me to do this, but I'll get it done somehow. I'll figure the way out. I'm not one of those give-up types, even though many times I feel like I want to. There's a difference between wanting to and what you do. So the link is there. Click on it if you're interested. If you could share it, it would really help. It means a lot to me. Thumbs up always shows support, and let me know in the comments section any of these books that you got. Comic says, Chris, do you have an unboxing to do? Not today. I got so much stuff I got to do, because not only do I have to try and figure out how I'm going to come up with this money, I have to basically clean up the house, and I got like some medical issues that I'm not going to get into. But and Johnny Future says, don't give up. Don't worry, I'm not giving up. It's just, it's a lot of pressure for one person to have to go through, and then on top of it, have some people on YouTube find pleasure in doing their best to damage my reputation. Just a lot of pressure. I'll go through it, and I'll make it through, because I want to prove to people that you can absolutely have everything on your shoulders and think the world is against you and feel like you want to give up and still succeed. I'm going to make that happen, so, that's why I also talk about this stuff. Many YouTube channels want to just sit there and pretend life is wonderful and everything's perfect. That's not reality. Reality is sometimes, poop happens. It's what you do with it. Some people cry their whole life about it. Some people turn it into fertilizer. So, yes, it's very stressful. It's definitely been overwhelming me for a little while. So that's why I probably don't sound as enthusiastic as I am. But I'll get it done. It's just, having 30 days to come up with that kind of money and all this stuff to get done, I have to do a lot of stuff other than that I'm not even going to get into. Just a lot of pressure. So it is what it is. But I'm going to give today's surprise subscriber shout out, and forgive me if I get this wrong. It says a very Varangian Vigilante. I've totally screwed that up, so I apologize. They write, I subscribed 2 days ago and watched a lot of videos since. I don't get what should be controversial about this channel. Well, there are people who don't like me with a passion. I mean, they've been stalking me for like 3 or 4 years because I have a difference of opinion. The number one is because I made videos about telling people to save money and not really purchase Mylars. I mean, they're good, but they're not as good as people pretend them to be, especially if you don't store your comics right. So my channel and me, I get murdered from people, and some of them wish me harm. I don't understand it, and they find pleasure in knowing that they're hurting me. But, I mean, it's one of those knockdown, I get back up again just to show them. Just out of spite, I'll never let them win. Basically, I speak from my heart. I'm not afraid to go against the grain. I'm one of the few people that will challenge the mighty CGC because they're not as perfect as people pretend them to be. I speak a lot of truth on this channel, and there are people, I guess they just hate me for that, because most people are afraid to speak up, and they tend to be what I call the herd mentality, where they just follow what everybody else does because it's safer and you're less likely to be attacked for it. But if you look throughout history, the people that went against the grain tend to be the heroes, tend to be the ones that are right, tend to be the ones that make change. Most people, sit back and they type on their keyboard warrior keyboards and they try and tell you how righteous they are when they're doing nothing original. They just do everything that somebody tells them to. They don't do their own work. And when somebody comes along and disturbs their belief system, instead of looking into it, instead of appreciating somebody trying to speak the truth, they feel it's easier to attack them. So you'll see thumbs down on every single video. There are people who will just come to my channel and thumb it down no matter what it is. But I just want to show that my channel is real. I'm not going to cut up a video to make me look perfect. I'm not going to wear a suit and tie. If I don't feel like smiling, I'm not going to put on an act, because then that's not being me. And Brennan says perfectly, sheep. As far as Brennan saying they should die, that I don't believe in. I think they should be kind. you know, wishing death on somebody is definitely something I would never recommend. What I would recommend is they use their energy for positive change instead of negative pain that they try and inflict on people. So I feel sorry for them. Even ones that I thought were friends who just ended up not being what I thought or hoped they would be. All I can tell my subscribers is be yourself. Don't be something that everybody else wants. That's pretty much what YouTube is all over YouTube. 90% of the people pretend to be something they're not because they think that's what you want. And what they're doing is, instead of ever pleasing themselves, they please everybody else. And if you know anything about the internet, no matter what you do, somebody's going to have a problem with it. So I always say, if you have a problem with something, make it for a righteous reason. Make it for a legitimate reason. Not just hate because you don't like somebody's right to have an opinion. Because one day somebody might get what they wish for and have silence, and then nobody will be able to speak. And that's not a world I want to live in. So thank you very much. I hope that explains why. Vigilante says they waste a lot of their time. I thoroughly agree with that, but that's always a choice in life. You know, I tell people all the time, you know, you could do the right thing, you could do the wrong thing, or you could do nothing. It always boils down to choice. It's easier to do the wrong thing. It's easier to do nothing. It takes a lot of effort to do the things that people do. Like, I could easily just go on welfare and collect checks if I wanted to, or I could just sit back and say there's no way I can do this, and then it'll never happen. Yes, it's very stressful what I'm going through, and yes, I have a lot of burdens and a lot of pressure, but I'll get it done because how proud would I be if I can achieve what most people would have thought was impossible? So I hopefully show this to show that, yes, my channel is not going to be with a gorgeous background with, you know, all wonderful pretty pictures and, you know, wonderful special effects. I don't hire a camera crew and an audio crew to make sure everything's perfect. I don't hire a writer to make sure I write the perfect script. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. I will sneeze on the middle of a live show to show you that I'm not going to cut it up to look like the perfect person. I'm not going to pretend everything's wonderful and just, you know, give the people what they want to hear. I'm going to tell you what you need, and thank you, Comic Addiction. I'm going to tell you my truth or my version of the truth. I'm going to try and do things that could save you money, help you get money, get the things that you love without having to overspend and use the emotion in it. And if a few people want to hate me for it, that's fine. Some people don't even like me talking about this stuff, but again, I gotta be me. And I think that's what some people love about my channel, is that I'm not afraid to be me. So many people are trying to be what everybody else wants them to be or thinks they should be or hope to be. And like if you saw with Endgame, when Thor finally came to his realization, is he was unhappy because he was doing what everybody expected him to be. And then when he went into the past and talked to his mother, and basically the mother said, stop trying to be what everybody wants you to be and just be who you're meant to be. If you follow that, that's a great way to live, and you will see. And Brennan wants to share the alphabet for some reason. Interesting. Okay, so anyway, thank you very much. I hope you had a great time. I hope you learned something from this. I'll make a video soon. Hit the like button if you appreciate what I'm doing. Like I said, I'm not perfect. But you know what? At least you know when you come here, you're getting a genuine response, a genuine opinion, somebody that's genuinely trying to help you. And if there are a few people that are going to hate me for that, that's on them, not me. So thanks for watching, guys. I love you all. Hope you have a great day. Happy collecting. And don't forget, I am selling some of my comics. If any of you would be so kind to share the link, if you can't get anything, placing it in the social networks, it really will help because I have a deadline. And if you guys can help me with that, the faster I can end up getting into a moving situation and relocate, the faster I can start getting back to normal and starting to do the videos you guys love. Because trust me, I would love to do those myself. So thank you again. Have a great day. And don't forget, it is not you, it is not I, it's We Love Comics. Have a great day, everybody. I'll see you next video.